Hey y'all, hello, welcome back to my channel. I am Loving Life Freely here on YouTube. Welcome here. I am a full-time reseller and I'm on eBay, Poshmark, Mercari, as well as obviously here on YouTube, on Instagram, all those great places, dabble and whatnot. I do all kinds of great things. If you are brand new here, welcome. We are doing our reseller weekly chat today, and we've got some really great topics to talk about today, so stay tuned. Okay, you guys, first of all, I'd like to say if you are brand new to my channel, I would love to say welcome again. Also, if you are brand new to reselling, I would love to say welcome to the community. I will say every time I say that this is such a great time in this day and age to be a reseller online. I think it's actually been a little bit of a topic of conversation on some of the YouTube videos I've been watching, where people are actually asking, is this still a good time to be a reseller? Do people appreciate it? And I say absolutely yes. There's so many people right now in the economy who cannot afford retail on items. The cost of items is so high, and we are providing great quality items for a really good price. Even new with tags for a really good price compared to retail. So yes, this is an absolutely fantastic time to start as a reseller if you are brand new to the community, or like me, have been full-time at it for about a year, kind of getting our feet wet so far, and are really getting things underway and figuring out how things work with your business model. This is such a great time to be a reseller. So again, welcome to the community. If this is your first time here, I'm so glad that you're here. If you are returning to my channel, thank you so much to y'all who have subscribed. My base is growing, and my likes are growing, and my videos are growing, and I am just so thrilled to share this journey with y'all, share with you what's working, what doesn't working, share with y'all perspectives as resellers, talking about things like what we're going to be talking about in chat today, connecting with each other, sharing information. And I'll say this at the end of the video, but I'm going to say it here also. Y'all, if you have topics or things you would like discussed, more keywords or topics on different platforms, if you have questions about Depop or other like Vinted, there are a lot of other platforms out there we haven't really covered too much, and we could cover more of. I'm actually going to be diving a little bit more into Mercari and eBay today, as well as Poshmark. So guys, if you have other things you would like discussed, we could even do offers to likers about Depop. I did a video on that a very long time ago, but I'm more than happy to share how I did offers to likers on Depop. I did things on Vinted. I sold on Facebook Marketplace. There's a lot of different things we can be talking about. So if you guys have other topics you would like discussed, please do feel free to share in the comments below. Also, if you have feedback on what's being discussed in these videos, I have had some people share on thoughts and, hey, what about this? What about that? So please do feel free to share. I love learning from y'all. I love hearing from y'all. I love hearing about, hey, let's talk about this. And I think we have some great topics to discuss today. First of all, let me give you just an update on how we're doing here. We finally have a little bit of reprieve from the snowstorm we had last week. We did go out about a day or two after our major dump of another about 1.5 feet of snow out here. We did some shoveling. There were some snow plows out working the yards and all the community and everything. And temperatures have finally started to come up, so it's actually starting to melt again a little bit. We've been up in the mid to high 30s, which has actually been warm compared to what we've had. We've been in like the negatives and like the low teens and 20s. So it's kind of nice to have a little bit warmer weather. Everybody is definitely talking about how they would love to see some springtime now, not just see the grass, but see green grass. We're all anxious for spring to roll around and actually see a little bit of warmer temps. However, we do not know if we're actually done with snow yet. That is yet to be seen. As far as business, things are doing well. Actually, I've seen an uptick in sales on Poshmark. I'm really happy to see that. I haven't had like really high number sales, but I have seen an uptick in my Poshmark sales, and that's actually been even more so than my Mercari sales. I've had Mercari sales, but more Poshmark than Mercari, and eBay is finally starting to pick up a little bit too, so I'm super happy about that. I have been averaging about 10 listings, brand new listings a day. Sometimes I get up to 15 depending on how busy I am, because again, I am still doing whatnot. So things are going really well. I did not have the number of sales this month that I had hoped for. a little bit better than last month, but I'm really hoping to get back to what my average had been before the end of the year. So I'm really working towards doing that. And I have been adding some nicer quality brands to my listings, as well as more athletic wear, and really revamping the items that I'm listing. I've also been finding some different ways to source. If that is another topic of conversation you would like me to discuss on the reseller chat, I'm happy to share with you a little bit of the ways that I've been sourcing. So let me know if you'd like me to make a video even on that alone. I have been doing online sourcing with companies, but I've also been doing some online sourcing away from that. So if you'd like to know how I'm doing that, please feel free to let me know in the comments. I'm happy to do a small little video on that. And it's yet to be seen how it's going to be doing, because I haven't really sold much in those areas yet. But my COG has been really good as far as being able to find low COG and be able to resell. So let me know what you think if you'd like me to do that. So let's talk about eBay to start with. I don't know about y'all, but there's been some issues with eBay. eBay has just been like, it's been weird. I've even had to be like refreshing my pages because eBay's just like been bogging down. I don't know what y'all do when you cross list. I personally switched to list perfectly, and we were having issues with it cross posting from eBay over into list perfectly. If you've been having issues with eBay, whether it's cross posting, issues with actually posting your listing, I've been having issues with when I go to post my listing, because when I actually list my items, I actually started out over in eBay first, and then I cross post over into list perfectly, and then cross post into my other platforms. When I'm actually creating my original listing, I was having issues with it even then, with some of the categories and stuff. And other people have been commenting, even List Perfectly support said that there were some issues. Other videos that I've been watching, the people have been commenting about how eBay is making some changes. There's been issues with listing and pictures and all kinds of crazy stuff. So if you've been having issues also with eBay, do comment down below and let me know what kind of issues you may have been having. Have they been remedied? Were you able to reach out with your support as far as cross-listing or eBay support to figure out what's going on? Let me know in the comments down below how that has been resolved for you, if that was resolved for you. It's just been kind of crazy, and I guess they're continuing to do some more updates. I don't know what they're doing in the background, but it's been kind of nuts. Okay, so another topic. I'm going to get back to eBay, but later on a different discussion. Let's discuss some Poshmark things. There's been a lot going on with Poshmark. I found out that Poshmark laid off some people recently. They haven't actually stated how many people, but they did do an article about how they did lay off some people, how they appreciated those people that they laid off and what they offered Poshmark. But due to the economy and the time of year that it's in, I guess they laid off some people. I don't know if that is partially due to the buyout, the private buyout, or what, but I do know that they've laid off some people. I don't know if that is going to be affecting how things are going or what, but I just wanted to make a note that they have been laying off some people. I'm not making a big deal of it. I just wanted to make a note in case any of you were interested. They did do some layoffs. Posh Lives. I'm going to gently talk about Posh Lives, not in a big way, but just gently. I'm not letting Posh Lives affect me. I will say, though, that I have kind of gone back to, if I get a Posh Live notification. I actually got a Posh Live notification on somebody that I wasn't following the other day, which is weird because you shouldn't be getting notifications on Posh Lives unless you're following people. So, but somebody was commenting on another video about how they got inundated last weekend, and I think I did too. I've actually been going through and unfollowing again. I kind of started doing that a few weeks ago. I kind of got away from it because I've been so busy with everything else. But I'm just getting a lot of notifications. So I have been going through the last day or so and unfollowing people who are doing Poshmark Lives just because I'm just getting so many notifications. I have not been approved to do Poshmark Live yet. If I am presented the opportunity, I will determine at that time if it's going to be worth it for me to do Poshmark Lives. And I will have to decide whether or not it will be worth it for me economically, because they are already automatically take the $3 off instead of like 20% if it's $15 or less on your items. And from what I'm understanding on Poshmark Lives, most items are selling for less than that because people want such a cheap price on something. And even if you do, it's still a 20% hit after $15. And I don't know if I want to take that much of a hit. So I have to decide for myself if I want to try Lives, if I actually get approved. That is a down the road thing. I'll keep you posted if that changes. But for Lives, as far as, there are some people that I know on Poshmark Lives, one person in particular. I have been on her Lives. She has great stuff. She's also on Whatnot Lives. I actually do her Whatnot Lives more and support her more there because I think it's a benefit to her more doing that there because they are more into lives on Whatnot. So I haven't actually bought anything on a Poshmark Live. So again, I've just been unfollowing people who keep scrolling up in my live notifications. I have heard rumor, and I want to hear from you all down below whether or not you've heard this. Have you heard that Poshmark is coming out with a new feature for their own Google Lens? You know, like you can go into Google Lens, pull up information, get like key tag words from something that's already sold that you might be listing. I heard rumor that Poshmark might be coming out with a feature where they have their own kind of like Google Lens feature in the app. Have you heard this or not? If you have, please comment down below and tell me if you've heard it. Tell me any information, if it might be coming out, what where it might be on the app and all that. It's just a rumor so far that I've heard through the grapevine, and I'm curious if anybody else has heard that or not. I'm curious to see if they are doing that because, again, Google Lens already has one. Maybe they're incorporating with the Google Lens, or maybe they're doing their own Google Lens thing. I don't know, but it would be interesting to find out if they're doing that. Okay, so Poshmark has increased their shipping again. I do believe now it's $7.97. We were what, $7.67. So it's like another 30-cent hit. No, it's not much, but it is adding up. The more they do just that 30-cent hit, the more it increases, and the more customers don't want to pay for it, right? But all around, shipping is increasing everywhere, unfortunately. But I just want to make note in case some of you weren't paying attention. Obviously, if you're a buyer, you're not really paying attention as much. But as a seller, we're all paying attention to it. I have seen a couple other people on YouTube videos just make a slight note of it. I think it happened the end of last week. And the funny thing was is they literally only gave us, like, I found out about it a day prior to it actually happening. I think they gave us like maybe 24, 48-hour notification before they did it. There wasn't a lot of advance notice before they did it. And then you obviously had to do an update on your app for it to make note on your offers and all that when you do your offers to people. Because even when I was doing offers to people, when I was doing a personal private offer to people on my app, it was still showing just the like dollar, it was like $5.95 to do the offer when you're doing an offer, because you always have to do a shipping discount. And then below it would say, it's actually going to be $2.02 now. So it shows up when you actually send your offer that it's not the $5.95, it's actually $2.02 off now. Instead of like, I think it was like $1.60. I don't remember how much it was. But anyway, so they have increased the shipping on Poshmark. They are making adjustments to offers to likers for the shipping discount. So that is another thing now. Hopefully you all haven't had any issues with more sales because shipping has gone up. I haven't had any issues with sales myself. Seems things to be good. If any of you have had more issues or people are commenting about it as buyers, let me know in the comments down below. I'd love to know if you guys have gotten any comments from your buyers noting that shipping has gone up. So hopefully it won't make any difference, right? Okay, I have a question for y'all. About a year, maybe 6 or 8 months ago, somebody that I follow on YouTube also sells on Mercari. I know quite a few of you or you have thought about selling on Mercari, already sell on Mercari. And my understanding is that you can list on Mercari similar to eBay and ship internationally. I don't know if there's like a setting to do that. Somebody that I follow, I thought she mentioned months ago that she actually went into her Mercari and set up her settings so that she could ship internationally like you can do on on eBay. So that she could be making more sales on Mercari. I did some research to see how to do that. I have yet to see how to accommodate that because I would like to maybe look into doing that on my Mercari site because I actually do make sales on Mercari. I don't make a ton of sales right now. My sales have slowed down since December, obviously the first of the year. But I do anticipate an uptake in my Mercari sales here very soon. And I would love to add international to that to maybe even increase that more. So if you do sell on Mercari and you're already doing international shipping on Mercari, please feel free to comment down below to me. I might reach out to customer support and just see if they can give me some feedback on how to accommodate that. But if you all know too, please do comment down below if you do international shipping on Mercari or if you've thought about it, if you know how to do it. That'd be really great. Okay. Another thing that I would like to talk about is offers to likers. And one of the reasons why I want to talk about this is I was watching a video the other day. Y'all know I do a ton of research. I probably average at least an hour, if not more, a day on research in various different ways in my business. I do a lot of research on a very regular basis. I think when you own your own business, doing your own research, whether it's COGS, whether it's selling, whether it's comps, whether it's finding new product, what's working, what's not working, following people and brands that are selling, all different kinds of things. There's always different ways to be doing research to improve and be a better reseller, right? And I was watching a video on a gentleman that I follow currently on YouTube. He's also on Whatnot. He used to be on eBay. He's a very, very good reseller. I mean, this guy does very well. And before, when he used to be on eBay, he did a video about offers to likers. And I decided to watch it. And I'm so glad I did. Now, we've talked in the past about getting lowball offers on, you can even get lowball offers on Mercari, but we get them on Poshmark and we get them on eBay. Well, he talked about how to respond to offers. He wasn't necessarily talking about lowball offers on eBay, but he was talking about offers specifically, just generically an offer on eBay. And what he does, and I thought I'd share this with you because I'm actually going to be making this change in my offers on Mercari, Poshmark, and eBay. You don't have to do this on Poshmark, but I think it'd be a very astute and wise thing to maybe tweak to add to doing on Poshmark instead of just countering on Poshmark. When you get an offer, you know how somebody likes your item? And well, actually, let me get back to eBay first before we dive into Poshmark. So on eBay, sorry, I get my brain goes in directions. So what he does on eBay is when he gets an offer on eBay, so you can have something listed and somebody will send you specifically an offer on eBay, okay? It's not a counter offer, it's just the first offer from a potential buyer. What he does, if he actually wants to get more for that item, he'll message the buyer, excuse me, he'll message the buyer if he wants maybe a little bit more for that item, and he'll say, thank you so much for your interest in this item. Would you be willing to meet me halfway? And then he'll actually give a price bracket where he would like to sell the item and ask them, would you be willing to meet me halfway, or would you be willing to meet me at this price bracket? Would that work for you? Instead of actually countering in that price bracket and potentially losing the sale. I actually had an item the other day that was a nice item, and I countered, and then after I countered, I thought, man, I probably should have just accepted the offer. But then I saw this video, and I thought, this is a really good idea, because you have the ability to possibly counter with a different price bracket that you might want to sell it higher at, but not potentially lose a sale, because you actually made the offer, and then they just don't take the offer. Sending an offer through messaging saying, would you be willing to take this offer, and having a communication with the buyer, and if they say, no, actually, maybe could we do this instead, or they say, yeah, I'd be willing to do that, and then you send the offer, or if they say in the messaging, well, actually, could we come to this point, and it's above what their original offer was, you actually have the opportunity and potential to make a sale doing that versus just countering in the counter offer and not actually messaging and communication the potential different offer. You have a better opportunity of making a sale doing it that way, I think. And he was doing that. He said he makes more sales doing that instead of potentially losing a sale, just counter offering through the counter offer. He messages them a price bracket, and then they communicate back and forth, or the person just accepts the first, offer, and so he'll send that counter offer at that price bracket. I thought that was really smart. Now, I may have seen people or heard people talk about doing this, but I've never implemented it. And I've had a few things on eBay that I've counter offered at a higher price bracket, hoping to make more, and then I never hear back from them. This way, if I message them, would you be willing to meet me at this price bracket or meet me halfway or whatever the particular item is that you want to do, and have a communication open with the person. First of all, you're thanking them for being interested. And second of all, it's opening a communication and not just sending a counter and hoping for the best. I thought that that was just really smart. An opportunity for making more sales. Now, like I mentioned as I first started in this comment about offers to likers, I believe you can do this on, I think you can do this on Mercari, and I think, I'd have to look into that because Mercari is a little bit different in their messaging, but you can for sure do it on Poshmark. If somebody sent you an offer on Poshmark, instead of just automatically countering and possibly losing the sale, messaging them personally and saying, thank you so much for your interest in this item. Would you be willing to meet me halfway at this price bracket, or can we agree on maybe a different price, bracket, and then talk about if it's not halfway between what they offered and what you offered, and open a communication with that buyer to see if maybe you can have a more congenial countering on that item instead of maybe them just declining the offer and there's no communication, that's just done and over with. You might have an opportunity to make a better sale or make a sale that might actually move forward instead of just countering and there's nothing that comes from it because they didn't want that price bracket and then it's just over, right? So I thought I'd bring that up. Do any of you actually do this already on eBay or Poshmark or maybe even Mercari? Like I said, I'm not sure in messaging. When somebody likes an item, I think you could send them a message. I know when there's no actual open communication about an offer yet, I don't know if you can or not. I'll have to do a little bit more research on Mercari because Mercari, like I said, Mercari messaging is different than Poshmark and eBay. But if we can do it on Mercari, I think that'd be great if we could counter. I actually have had like somebody will message me if I have something listed on Mercari at a certain price bracket. They will reach out to me as a seller and say, would you be willing to take this amount instead of, what you have it listed at? And depending on what their amount is, I'll either, answer back, no, but I can do this, or yeah, I'd be happy to do that, and I'll send them an offer. Or they'll counter offer. If I send them an offer, they'll counter offer saying this, and then if I like the counter offer, I'll take that. So I always want to make sure that I am keeping communication open when it comes to offers on any platform. So you always have an opportunity of communication with the seller, with the buyer, to not just close down opportunity to make a sale when there's offers involved. I think that's just always wise, and we might actually be able to make more sales doing that. So I just wanted to mention that in this and see what your thoughts are on this. So that's kind of what I had for today, y'all. I would like to ask you guys, this is the end of February. How did your month go? We're always talking at the end of the reseller chat about our goals and what we would like to accomplish. I know for me, I've been averaging about 10 listings a day, new listings a day at least. And I've been pretty good about that. And I've been cross-posting, so that's been really good. I'm also tweaking and changing some different things I'm doing through Whatnot. So I'm trying to improve and change that. As y'all know, I've been changing and improving the types of items that I am selling. I'm trying to sell items that are more popular and brands that are more popular, styles that are more popular. And I think that that's going to be changing. And I'm hoping to see an uptick in sales due to that. If you haven't watched my video yet on my Boutique by the Box Ted Baker, please go through and watch that. We got some great pieces there. The COG was higher, but I do believe that hopefully I'll make some nice sales. Even if I just double my money on those pieces, I'd be very happy. But my goal was to add some nicer end brands to my closets to get some nicer things going. And then hopefully at least double my money. Some of the smaller items that I had through that box, I may just like make my money back and then like half of it. And I'm okay with that. At least making my money back on like the tank tops and stuff. Because when I looked at the sold comps, some of those items may not sell for double, but I'd at least make my money back and then maybe like half of what my cog was. And I'm okay with that because I'm getting some nicer pieces and I want to get some more good quality brands in my thing. Now, if I find Ted Baker in another box, like I found a Ted Baker men's blazer in a Quick Lots box where the cog was $6. And so, yeah, that's a great cog for that type of item because that item could sell for about $45. So I will be keeping an eye out. I do have more unboxings coming up, so hopefully I'll have some more great pieces coming through that. But I want to know how your month has been. Have you had the sales that you wanted? Are you starting to notice an uptick in eBay and Mercari and Poshmark and any of the platforms you sell on? Have your goals improved over what you did in January? And what are your goals for February going into now the end of the first quarter of the year? How is everybody doing? I'd love to hear from y'all. How is your sourcing doing? I know there's been a lot of talk in the reseller community, even in the whatnot community. A lot of resellers are not buying stuff at some of their thrift stores because the prices have been so high. Even when I do YouTube videos of people who are resellers in different states, a lot of people are not buying a lot of stuff, even at buy-sell trades because the cog has been high, or at the regular Goodwill and thrift stores because the cog has been so high. A lot of people are trying to do bins, or they're doing online sourcing, or they're trying to find good sales, doing retail arbitrage online. I would love to know how your sourcing is doing and how your cog has been. Are you keeping your cog low on your medium brands? And on your higher end brands, how is your cog doing? I would love to hear from y'all. You guys, we've been getting some great feedback on the reseller chat. I got some really high likes on the first reseller chat where we talked about the style tags. That was just a huge video. People loved that. My last one on the cuff sleeves was not as popular, but I hope it was a blessing and benefit to you. If you would like to do more style tag videos or incorporate a little bit more of that and other topics on more reseller chat, let me know in the comments down below. If you have thoughts on more style tags you'd like to cover, we can certainly do that. Let me know in the comments down below. Guys, I love hearing from y'all. I love seeing how y'all are doing. Some of you give me great feedback on how your business is growing. And I love hearing from you guys. I love learning from you guys. I love this communication through our reseller chat. If you're not yet following me, please do so. As y'all know, we do unboxings. I know I've been mentioning doing a wet sale video. I haven't done it yet, but I do want to put one out because I would like to show you how my sales are doing. I actually had some issues with an upload that I did to try and do a screen share for some videos, and it kind of bogged down some issues, so I had to redo some stuff. So I've been researching how I could do a share screen with y'all to do some other videos. So that's one of the reasons why I haven't do what sold yet. But I will have that coming out soon. And as y'all know, when the warmer season comes around, we do thrift hauls, we do yard sale hauls. 90-day updates are coming up here soon. In fact, I'm going to be looking because I think I have one coming up here soon. Since I'm not doing my unboxings on Whatnot now. The only thing that might be going on Whatnot in my recent unboxings is some of my stuff from that ThredUp bulk unboxing, that 200-pound unboxing, because my cog was only $1.05. Some of that stuff might be going on some Whatnot auctions, but again, I could sell it for $3 or $5 and still double my money, triple my money on those items. My other boxes, I'm not doing that on Whatnot. They're just selling straight on my other platforms, and most of what I'm doing is either that 200-pound box and then kids clothes. I am doing kids clothes on Whatnot. So if you all would like to join me on Whatnot, please do feel free to. I don't advertise it a lot here on the YouTube channel, just because that's not my focus. But if you would like to, there's a link down below to come follow me. And I do sell my kids clothes also on Kidizen and eBay and Mercari. But if you'd like to come check it out on Whatnot, they do sell for cheaper on Whatnot. Please feel free to come by and follow me. We also do a reseller chat on Whatnot a couple days a week. So do feel free to come and check that out. Otherwise, guys, please do give this a thumbs up. Hit that bell notification button. And guys, we'll see you in the next video. Love y'all, guys. Take care. We'll see you soon.